What is up, YouTube? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of the Ultra Sun and Moon Singles Battle Spot series. Today, we are using the Mega Salamence team once again with Salamence, Greninja, Porygon 2, Kartana, Chandelure, and Mimikyu. Let's get started. But before I say, I have been playing games off camera, and my rating probably is not that great. I lost quite a bit. Yeah, so actually, I was on a winning streak, and then I ended up going on a losing streak. So, yeah, kind of my history here. If you don't know, I'm just playing singles battle spot just to learn, because I want to learn more about singles, how to play the format, because it's really interesting. Like, it's a lot different from VGC, obviously, and I do want to get better at singles in general. Although, again, I think people do know, I think I mentioned this quite a bit before, but I'm more of a 6v6 person. But 3v3 is like completely different. It's really interesting. Like, I have friends who play singles, and they tell me that Battlespot singles and Smogon tiers are like, you can't compare them as the same metagame, even though it's singles. You compare them as two completely different metagames, and it's really interesting. So, well, especially since we got, like, you know, Pokemon like Kangaskhan, which, then again, yeah, Kangaskhan's legal. We got Salamence, we got Mega Gengar, Aegislash. We got quite a few Pokemon here. But we got our first opponent, 1633 rated player from Japan. Oh, is this the episode where I'm going to go below 1500? I hope not. Adelmise, Tapu Koko, Landisfarine, Tapu Lele, Blaziken, Greninja, and Delmi. So this team's really, my team is really weak to Scarfalele, so I do have to be worried about Scarfalele a little bit. I'm trying to think what's my best potential option as a lead. Blaze against a Mega Evolution, it looks like, so it's one Mega. Honestly, Greninja doesn't look great on my side. I like Porygon 2 doesn't look that great either. Kartana could put in work. Not really. I think the play is lead Mimikyu because Scarf Lele just destroys me. With Chandelure and my Salamence in the back. The problem is Scarf Lele outspeed Scarf Chandelure can knock me out with Scarf Psychic, I think. At least I'm pretty sure. Well, Chandelure isn't the bulkiest Pokemon. And we are talking about a Psychic from Tapu Lele and Psychic Terrain. So I feel like it does KO Chandelure. If it doesn't, this is a huge misplay because I could have just let Chandelure and Shadow Ball. But you could lead Greninja too. I could definitely see Greninja or Lele if it's Scarf leading. Those are probably the two leads I see. Otherwise, maybe Tapu Koko. I could see Tapu Koko leading as well. And I regret not leading Chandelure, but like I just don't know the sets. So let's see how this is gonna go. What are you gonna lead? Bring in the Mimikyu as we're gonna see the Tapu Koko lead. So not the best idea because I would rather have preferred getting in my. I would have preferred getting my Chandelure, but okay. Substitute's a fine turn one play, to be honest. Maybe sub wasn't a play. I thought you might Volt Switch or U-turn here, but then again, you could just stay in and go for regular Thunderbolt. And then after sub, I put myself in range. Well, then again, does this Mimikyu have even... Why doesn't this Mimikyu have even HP numbers? Yeah, it is gonna Volt Switch though, so that's fortunate. But like, do I activate my berry after a curse plus sub? Well, I guess this number is optimal if you want to get multiple subs up, but like, don't you want to get like the sub into a berry range after a curse? I feel like you would. Greninja gonna come out, okay. Battleclaw's not going to do anything. He's probably just going to fire off a Dark Pulse. He's going to break my sub, and then... See, this is the problem. I think I have to sub again. Oh, wait. No, I don't have my Disguise. Yeah, I'm going to sub. I'm going to sub again. As Ice Beam comes out. So I could Shadow Claw, which is a bit unfortunate. Let's see. Sub in a Curse. Yeah. Unless I'm completely messing up my HP numbers, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay. So I can curse up. Yeah, I'm gonna fire off a curse and then pain split. So Greninja, weakening Greninja's not bad either for a Shadow Ball sweep. I need to get damage on the Coco, but what's that last mon is like the big question. Ice Beam again. The crit doesn't matter. So I might be trading my Mimikyu for this Greninja, which wouldn't actually be a bad trade at all. Yeah, so yeah, I thought the numbers didn't seem right. Okay, so I'm gonna be able to get my berry back. I don't think Ice Beam actually knocks out Mimikyu just because of how specially defensive I am, and you're not a Life Orb set. So I think I'm gonna be able to Pain Split up here. Yeah, I'm gonna Pain Split and then I think Shadow Claw. Unless Ice Beam does knock me out. But I obviously don't want to risk Chandelure if I do expect the Ice Beam again. I'd rather just Pain Split up. Let's see how much Ice Beam does. Honestly, I wonder if the set would be better if it was a bulkier Mimikyu set. Cause like, I don't know. Wait, where is this investment? Is it max attack? Don't tell me it's max attack, max speed. I rarely use the Mimikyu. So my opponent's thinking hard. Maybe about like switching? But do you want to switch into Coco or something? Oh, you have Hydro Pump. Alright, so this one carries Hydro Pump. It knocks out Mimikyu. I guess my opponent was like, do I want to risk Hydro Pump or not? Curse is adding up over time. My opponent doesn't have good answers to Shadow Ball though. Yeah. So I'm going to go into Chandelure, click Shadow Ball. You don't know what the Coco item is though, unfortunately. I'm going to Shadow Ball, draw for Shadow Ball. It hits everything on my opponent's team. I guess a Blaziken, like I don't know who you're going to go out after. Are you going to go Coco? Are you going to go Blaziken? If you go Coco, I think I have to stay in Shadow Ball. Yeah, so at least I'm in a position where I can trade at least Chandelure for, I mean, the Mimikyu for at least a KO, but like, doesn't seem that great. Maybe Porygon 2 would have been better. I just thought Lele would have been brought in this matchup, unless Lele is in the back, but I felt like he would have went, like, led with it straight off. Psychic gonna go out, and I mean, Shadow Ball gonna go into Greninja. Knock out Greninja, that's one of my threats into my Salamence, so if it is Blaziken in the back, do I draw off do I draw off a Shadow Ball and then go out in Salamence, or do I just go hard Salamence? It's the problem is since I'm it's Blaziken coming out. You definitely have Stone Edge. Or maybe the play actually no, I think the play is to draw off a Shadow Ball. Oh no. I need a Drying Ass Outspeed Coco. Ooh, like no matter what I did, you're probably just going to Sword Stance up and then Stone Edge, right? Unless you don't have Protect or you don't have... Okay, if you just Stone Edge here, Shadow Ball is the correct play. So, but if you have Sword Stance and Stone Edge, I think Mence was the play. I don't know. It's difficult. I do get a special defense drop on Blaziken. Stone Edge does come out. Should knock out Chandelure. Yeah. I guess the question is, do 2 -1 Stone Edges knock out Salamence? And can I avoid a crit? Or if I avoid one, that's really nice. But Salamence is my play, and I try to Dragon Dance up. So yeah, if I went hard Mence there, that would have been really bad because regular Mence is definitely not taking Stone Edge well. I would have had to hope for a miss. So this is the optimal play to win, is to Dragon Dance up. Ah, no Lele. I Dragon Dance up and then Earthquake. Because I need a Dragon Dance up to outspeed Coco. Unless it's Scarf Coco, then my opponent already got me. But I have to Dragon Dance up in order to outspeed and knock out the top of Coco with an Earthquake. So I need to hope for either a Stone Edge miss or that Stone Edge does into a KO my Mega Salamence. Which, this is a bulky Mence. This is a bulky Mence, so, or semi-bulky Mence. So it might be able to. Let's see if we can get the job done. Stone Edge. Oh, yeah, we're gonna... as long as... Oh. This is gonna be close. This endgame is gonna be close. it's gonna come down to if it's Scarf or Sash Coco. Sash isn't run. Scarf, I don't think is run in this format. Let me just make sure my stats are up to date. 165. Does that even knock out Coco? I mean, single target Earthquake. I think it should, right? I'm gonna Earthquake. I might have misjudged because also I could go for like Roost until you run out of Stone Edges, but like I don't feel like that's an optimal play because I'm risking more my opponent getting more crit chances. So if I don't knock out the top of Coco with Earthquake or for a Scarf, I have to Roost and then probably Dragon Dance again. But otherwise, I do feel like Earthquake is the best play. Always. So Coco comes out. Moment of truth. Are you Scarf Tapu Coco? Your team's really fast though, so I don't see you being Scarf. And also, do you live the Earthquake? Alright. Earthquake. Come on, Mega Salamence. Single target. It's not VGC. It's not stab, but it's +1. Alright, nice. Mega Salamence pulling in clutch in the end game. Very nice. Whew. Okay. So that could have been really scary if it was Scarf Coco or if Stone Edge crit any of the 2 times. But luckily Mega Salamence was just able to pull through. The end game, once I saw like no Lele lead, I thought, okay, you probably didn't bring Lele to be honest, because if you're not, like Scarf Lele is going to wreck my team, right? If it's not Scarf, I have a shot because Chandelure does not get out with Shadow Ball. And by the Greninja plus the Coco, I felt like, okay, you probably don't have Lele in the back, so maybe I can set up for Salamence endgame sweep. Sacking, actually no, Greninja, I guess sacking Greninja really helped because that was probably the one mon that immediately threatened my Mence turn 1. Because Coco, I don't think knocks out Salamence ever unless it specs Thunderbolt. Even the specs HP Ice do more Thunderbolt. I feel like, yeah, I think HP Ice actually does more. Actually, no, I think Thunderbolt actually does more. I actually can't tell. I'm trying to do the damage calculation because it's like 90 with electric terrain and stab. That's what, 1.5, and then 1.5, so it's like 2 specs. No, I think HP Ice actually does more. I think Specs HP Ice was the only Coco set that can knock me out in 1 hit. But yeah, so basically, Gamer Greninja was absolutely huge because 1, no Water Shuriken, 2, Shadow Ball was just gonna, well, Shadow Ball was gonna 2-KO anything on my opponent's team. So my opponent really didn't have switching unless Blaziken did have Stone Edge. Luckily, there's no Sword Stance. Sword Stance could have made a difference as we go 1446 rated player from Japan. As our second opponent, ooh, Rhyperior. Oh, this looks like a VGC team that I would use actually, not gonna lie. We have a Tyranitar, Tapu Koko, Venusaur, Rhyperior, Tapu Fini, and Cofagrigus. So Trick Room? That's the first thing that's screaming in my mind. Cortana's really good here, so Cortana, Salamence, Chandelure. I can see Porygon 2 working as well. I just don't know he would lead. Chandelure is not a bad lead at all, just because Shadow Ball threatens a lot of damage, especially if it's a Cofagrigus lead, but I think Cofagrigus can take 1 easily. I think I'll go Porygon 2 as a lead, because I could probably throw off a Toxic immediately. I have Cortana in the back, and Salamence. Yeah. Let's see how this goes. So this could be really scary, because I don't know my opponent's sets. And also what you would lead with, to be honest. I don't know if you go Trick Room or not in this game. I could see you going for Trick Room. The problem is breaking through Porygon 2. Like, my opponent doesn't have a good way to break through Porygon 2, to be honest. Immediately without, like, Coco, I think. Venusaur's gonna lead. Okay. Not a lead I was anticipating at all. So it's probably Mega Venusaur. It could be Mega Tyranitar. It could be Dual Mega. Which is the Overgrow. Salamence, or I could go into Cortana. I could go into Cortana, then double an Immense. I like that, actually. I reveal all my Pokemon, but like, I avoid Sleep Powder. My opponent wants to throw one off. Sludge Bomb would probably be your strongest move to hit me with, unless you Leaf Storm right away. I also want to scout if this Venusaur has HP Fire, because I don't know if they run that in singles boss, but I know they do in OU sometimes. Sleep Powder comes out. Let's see, if we switch out Venusaur, you have nothing to touch me with, so that's good if I get a Kartana SD up sweet later in the game. Otherwise, I go Mence here on an HP Fire, potentially. And I don't think you have really good switch-ins to this Kartana. Yeah, you do have Hidden Power Fire. Okay, that's good to confirm. Alright. So I don't want to Dragon Dance because you could easily Sleep Powder and then go out in a Coco or something. I think I just Frustration here. You're going to withdraw Venusaur, but chip on anything is really good. Cofagrigus is going to come out, which is alright for me. Because I'll always go Porygon 2 and click Toxic. And plus my Salamence isn't asleep, which is pretty good. And I didn't waste a Dragon Dance. Kinda wish I had Double Edge. Frustration. It does absolutely nothing. Mummy, which is fine because I'm gonna switch out Salamence anyway. If you call my double, good play. If you call my double, good play. But I'm gonna go out into my Porygon 2. Click. Did I click Ice Beam or did I click Toxic? I think I clicked Toxic because if I do catch... Because if I Ice Beam the Venusaur, it's like very minimal damage anyway, and I don't think it really changes any calc that I have. There's the Mummy. Are you doubling out in the Venusaur? Oh, right, because you could wall my Venusaur, I guess. Very solid play. This wall is going to be hard to break. I'm going to go Venusaur. I mean, my opponent really shouldn't have moves that could really threaten him in a bulky Mega Mence, and I could roost off the damage. I mean, you're probably going to Sleep Powder. You might hit... I don't think you hit in Power Fire. You Sleep Powder. Oh, you do hit in Power Fire. Okay. Honestly, I do want to call the double now. Okay. So, I think Cofagrigus is your play always. You know what? I'm going to double into Porygon 2 just to see. Because if I can Toxic the Cofagrigus, even if it keeps coming in on my Mence, then I'm in like in a fantastic position. So I want to double out in my Porygon 2 and see. I get Thick Fat too, which is nice. Yeah, you're going to withdraw Venusaur, go out into Cofagrigus. Okay. And now I'm going to see if my opponent allows me to Toxic. I'm pretty sure you would go hard back into Venusaur, but to be honest, if I get one Toxic off in this Cofagrigus, I'm in a super solid position. And I will see if my opponent allows me to get this Toxic off. So I will go for Toxic always. Because Venusaur, we're still going to play that same mindset, right? But if I can get a Toxic off into Cofagrigus, it switches the momentum to my favor immensely. So I will always go for Toxic. Otherwise, even if I lose this turn going for Toxic and you go switch out Venusaur, it's like we're still going to be playing that same game with Salamence, Porygon, right? So it doesn't really make a difference. Yeah, you're going to go into Venusaur. Maybe I could have got the Venusaur on the Switch, but like, it doesn't really matter at this point. Would you draw? I would imagine you go... You shouldn't hit in Power Fire directly. I could go into Kartana. I feel like you always draw off a Sleep Powder here. Although, men should be taking 2 Sludge Bombs at least. So as long as I don't get 3-turn sleep, I should be good. And you do have a 75% accurate Sleep Powder, so it's not the most accurate. Wow, my opponent really just clicks Hidden Power Fire. Okay. Frustration. I guess my opponent really doesn't want me to get in Kartana. Cofagrigus is going to come out, but like, I'm chipping away this Cofagrigus, and at this point, it doesn't look like it has recovery options. Sludge Bomb shouldn't do it anyway. I'm gonna go Porygon. You're probably just gonna go back into Venusaur, or maybe Pain Split here. I can see Pain Split, I guess. We're gonna be playing out a pretty long, drawn-out game, it looks like. Get Porygon 2 in. This is gonna be one drawn-out one. Oh, Shadow Ball, actually. Okay. All right. Let's get some momentum. Let's go into Mence on your Venusaur, because you're always going to Venusaur, it looks like. Because my opponent has always doubled out on the Venusaur. So I will go out into Mence this time and try to get as much damage as possible. Cofagrigus is going to switch out. Here comes the Venusaur. And I will frustration. Maybe one of these turns I also want to go out into Cortana and try to Swords Dance, I guess. Cofagrigus is gonna come out. Honestly, we're gonna play one heck of a long game. I just want to know if you have Will-O-Wisp or not. Because if you have Will-O-Wisp, I could Dragon Dance up until I beat down the Cofagrigus. I don't think Earthquake knocks him out at that range. Actually, Earthquake might be stronger. Well, then again, you got Aerial 8 boosting. Stab. Honestly, I'm gonna try to Earthquake. Because if I get the damage off, it would be amazing for me if I do knock it out. Yeah, it doesn't knock it out. Oh, but you Trick Room. Trick Room, Shadow Ball. What are your other moves? Porygon is my play. On your Pain Split. This is gonna be a long one. Maybe I should have brought Chandelure because I could have just click Shadow Ball this entire time. Ooh. Memento. Isn't that fine though? Cofagrigus goes down. I'm guessing the Venusaur's Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, Hidden Power Fire, Sleep Powder. Oh, it doesn't have Leech Seed. I fear it comes out. Can't I lay Recover until Trick Room wears out and then I can go my Cortana SD up on one turn? I'm gonna Recover. I'm gonna Recover immediately because maybe I should click Toxic. How many turns of Trick Room are left? 2. Okay, I'm gonna Toxic here. Unless you're Z move, but I can't tell what Z move I fear would run if it's Groundium or Rockium. Oh, this could be really bad. This could be really bad. Oh, he Swords Dance again. Okay, he's being greedy. I'll definitely take that though. Because I'll Toxic. What's your best move to hit me with, Rhyperior? Like, getting rid of Cofagrigus is actually amazing for me because now my Cortana is looking in a position to win the game next to my Ments. I'll just recover the damage off. And the Toxic on that Rhyperior is so huge. We're going to see the Z move. I don't know if it's Rockium or Groundium. Looks like it's Groundium. So I could have switched into Ments. But, like, I don't think I risk if it's Continental Crush because it could have been Continental Crush for all I knew. So I'll take this trade. I get to go Cortana. Then I think I Leaf Blade. So that's definitely knocking out Porygon 2. Porygon 2 goes down. Toxic is adding up. I go Cortana. I think I click Leaf Blade. I think I click Leaf Blade. The problem is the Venusaur. Okay, you are going to withdraw Rhyperior. You were either going to switch in or you're going to stay in. I think Venusaur is always the safe play, but I just don't know if my opponent would actually stay in and try to predict my Ments double. So I'd rather Leaf Blade here. Because Ments is a play now. You could Sleep Powder. Worst case, I guess, is if you double back into Rhyperior, but like you're taking toxic damage every turn, and sooner or later you're going to be in range of Earthquake, and once you are, you lose the game 100%. You're not Lightning Rod, you're definitely Solid Rock. Sleep Power is going to come out, which is fine. I'm going to try to take a turn of sleep immediately, because even if Rhyperior comes in, that's fine. If you Sludge Bomb, that's okay too. Or Roost. I just gotta hope for no 3-turn sleep. If it's 3-turn sleep, game over. If you have Sludge Bomb. If you don't have Sludge Bomb, then I don't know what you do. Okay, Sludge Bomb. Oh, wow. That's doing a lot less than I thought. Alright, if I can get a Roost off, that'd be amazing here. Ooh, nice, 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 nice. Okay. Roost off. The damage. If I get poisoned, it's actually probably better since I could switch into Sleep Powers a lot easier. Oh. Although... yeah, this might not be as great as I was hoping for. Honestly, I feel like you always go Rhypheria here, so I'm actually gonna Roost. Yeah, you're gonna go Rhypheria. I want the health. I could have doubled into Kartana, but the problem is I don't want Salamence getting too low. And you're gonna Rock move, right? I could Sword Stance up with my Kartana. And then click my Z move. Which I think is the play always. Yeah, I like that play. I wanted Salamence healthy. This Rhypheria is taking poison damage every time it stays in. You're probably gonna click a Rock move or an Ice Punch if you have it. We're gonna go Kartana. SD up, because Rock move into Earthquake's not going to KO me. Only way is if you have Fire Punch, and you have Hidden Power Fire on Venusaur, so I don't feel like you're worried about Ferrothorn or anything like that. Or Ferrothorn, excuse me. Ice Punch going to come out, doesn't do much. Or I could honestly just Leaf Blade. Because I'm thinking Leaf Blade here, because if he stays in an Earthquake, he knocks me out. And if he goes Venusaur, I can easily just switch into my Salamence once again. Yeah, I like that. I like that, to be honest. Yeah, he stays in. Perfect. So Leaf Blade will finish off the Rhypheria. I get a Beast Boost. I get to go for my Z move. And even, it probably doesn't knock out Venusaur. But, like, the damage will put in return range. And since the Venusaur doesn't have Synthesis or Leech Seed, like, there's no way for Venusaur to really recover off damage. Giga Drain's not going to recover much. And probably won't even knock out Kartana. So, Z move. Breakneck Blitz. Wonder how much this does do to Venusaur at plus 170? I want to say 70. Then again, I don't know what kind of Venusaur set is. I'm guessing it's physically defensive. We'll see. Although he had a lot of physically defensive monsters. Rhypheria, I could see it being specially defensive, and if it's specially defensive, might be able to pick up the knockout. Because he had Rhypheria and Cofagrigus. Oh, that actually just obliterated the Venusaur. That is good game. So I had to play really passive against that team. If it was Pain Split on the Cofagrigus, it could have been a whole different stall war of a long game. But, like, yeah. I wish I could have got a Toxic off and the Cofagrigus would have helped, but I feel like I did make every single play right. The double Sword Stance was like really good because it allowed me to get Kartana in at a good timing. The poison also helped because I didn't have to play Sleep Wars, but even then, like, even if my opponent didn't get the poison, like, it didn't look like Sludgemon was actually going to be a 3-hit KO on my Mence. Unless he got a bunch of high rolls, because it looked like the second Sludgemon did a lot more. But yeah, so I played very passive. It ended up working out. But gonna go 2-0 in this episode. I think that's 5-0 with this team, which is amazing because I've been losing a lot with this team. It also doesn't help that Salamence doesn't have the max happiness because I think minimum happiness for the frustration, because like the damage on Cofagrigus would have been a lot more significant and could have been very, very useful, but I ended up pulling it through. Thank you all for tuning in to today's episode of Singles Battle Spot. If you did, please leave a like down below, show some support, as well as you can check out the rest of my Singles Battle Spot series down below, as well as the previous episode, the playlist, my main series, VGC 2018 Back Group Battles, the other side series on the channel, my social medias, all that good stuff. Feel free to leave a comment down below because I do read them. And yeah, next time will be the last episode with this team, and let's see how we do.